Hello, brave, beautiful, beloved soul friends. I have some secrets to share. I have some secrets. I have some unfathomably miraculous secrets. Just big, giant secrets I've been keeping from you. Oh. Giant secrets I've been keeping from you. And I'm really excited to share because they're very magical and miraculous, and I'm really excited to divulge the secrets that I have been withholding for over a year. Welcome to these miraculous explorations. If you have not explored Thesis number 29 of my Implicit Revelations case study, please check that out before watching this video, or this video really won't make any sense at all. I'm going to be sharing some further insights about it, so please go explore Thesis number 29 before diving into this video, or feel free to watch this video and then feel really confused, and then go watch Thesis number 29 and then be like, oh, that's what she's talking about. The video links are all in the video description here, so you can go explore it. It's like an 8-part video series or something, and each video kind of gets a little more miraculous than the last, and I found that out as I was creating them, so that was exciting. So I'm really excited to share this stuff with you. It's pretty personal, so that's not awkward at all. No, nope, it's not weird to be alive and stuff like that. So thesis number 29 says that when consciousness teaches the brain and the body to socially engage with itself, the process of nurturing internal attachments basically just reconstructs the entire unconscious body-mind. It transforms neural content, meaning that memory data, including unconscious memories from your entire life, the information in them is changed for the better without touching any memory data. Neural connectivity expands. So all these different regions of neural wiring have greater integrative connectivity, even without working with any memories directly. And all the different brain-body regulatory protocols improve. Dozens of them. And so there's all these miracles happening in this very simple process as consciousness teaches the brain and the body to socially engage with itself. And so I have some secrets to share about how this has been applied in my journey and has totally changed my life. Are you guys ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this. You might want to get really cozy with a fuzzy blanket and maybe a comfort food and just nestle in for the time of your life, because this is some very, very crazy cool stuff. So we're going to check it out together. Oh, and feel free to have a mirror nearby and hang out with your inner experiencer while you watch this. Okay, so a year and a half ago, I was just starting to be able to create new conscious explicit memories again for the very first time in a very long time. But I didn't fully know that because amnesia. I didn't fully know that that's what was happening because, amnesia. Amnesia is so fascinating. Multiple types of amnesia, but not anymore for me. So that's weird. Also, again, being alive is just weird. Being alive is just weird. So, a year and a half ago, I was just starting to be able to create new conscious explicit memories for the very first time in a very long time. And my youngest age regressive states of consciousness, who had been stuck in time all this time. There were young childhood self aspects, 6 months young, 2 years old, 4 years old. And during my entire life, they had been stuck at those ages, and I didn't find out about it until a couple decades later. But a year and a half ago, those aspects of my consciousness experiencing specific regions of wiring within my neurobiological social engagement system that comprises my unconscious body-mind, they were completing their final stages of neurodevelopment. So a year and a half ago, I was just starting to be able to create conscious explicit memories again for the very first time in a very long time. And I was neurodevelopmentally a teenager. Literally. A year and a half ago, I was literally in the neurodevelopmental stages of teenagehood. Is that a miracle or what? Is being alive a miracle or what? Adaptable consciousness condition. So incredibly miraculous and fascinating in every possible way. So that was a year and a half ago. Also, a year and a half ago, I could not remember my entire life at all. None. I couldn't remember my childhood. I couldn't remember my adulthood. And I couldn't remember the past few years where new conscious memories were not able to be created at all. And now, all of that has changed. And a big part of how that was changed was the journey of creating my known documentary series. Okay, so at the beginning of it, and you can check out the videos, I'll have some associated video links below, and there are a bunch of playlists. Pookie Bear, what you doing? This is my cat in the background, don't mind him. Pookie Bear! But when I very first started to create my known documentary series, I didn't know that I had a case study. I didn't know that I had a case study because Kristin did not have any sense of self while she was creating her case study. And she couldn't create new conscious explicit memories, so she literally had zero memory of ever working on a case study. And you can find out more about that in part 1 of the known documentary series, where I share Kristin's healing journey saga. And it's actually really fascinating because at the beginning of known part 1, Kristin shares a little bit of her backstory. In order to do that, because the left and right brain hemispheres weren't connected and neural data from all these years of life didn't have connections, Kristin basically had to research herself and write down bullet points and look at the paper and say one sentence at a time in the camera, because she couldn't actually remember all the things that she was sharing. She couldn't remember the words on the paper, and she couldn't remember the experiences that she was talking about because of how severe the memory challenges still were. This is just a little over a year ago. Okay, so lots of miracles, obviously. Okay, so when Kristin first started creating the known documentary series, sharing her implicit revelations case study, she did not know that she had a case study. And it was obviously very confusing to share original ideas that she didn't know that she had discovered when she didn't actually have a sense of self in relation to an adult. So like, what? You know what I mean? Okay, so the known documentary series now has 29, as of now anyways, currently has 29 thesis statements and key points written in text, and documentary footage diving into theses analyses where Kristin discusses these ideas. And all together, with the 29 theses, statements and analyses, and the personal dimensions theory, and a couple associated films, there's over 35 hours of edited video content. And that does not include the bonus features. There's even more videos with edited content in the bonus features. Okay? Over 35 hours of edited video content. When Kristin was recording, Pookie Bear, hey. Everybody say hello to Pookie Bear. He likes to scratch in the background. When Kristin was recording all of these ideas, all of her different theses, statements, and analyses, and some of them are like 8 hours. Like thesis number 29 is basically like 7.5 hours. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, thesis number 25 is like 3 hours. And yeah, so this thesis number 27 is 575 minutes. I don't know how many hours that is. So there's some, in-depth content. As Kristin was recording all of these videos, she was talking to herself in a mirror. Okay, so someone had a cool idea that it would be neat to share it interview style. And so instead of looking right here, hi, you look just slightly away from the camera like you're talking to the person who's interviewing you. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not being interviewed by anybody. But then I was like, I can interview myself. And you'll notice that that was the style of it. If you go back to the original videos, the whole style of it was that Kristin was interviewing herself. Kristin was being interviewed. It was like the fun, playful style of it. And she kind of played on that from the very beginning in the first couple of theses all the way through thesis number 29. And so if you look at the videos, you'll notice that she kind of played with that idea of being interviewed. And that was like the setting of the known documentary series. Okay. The whole time, over 35 hours of edited video footage, easily over 40 hours of recording. And again, those are just the main thesis statements. Those aren't all the bonus features. There's a bunch of bonus features, so probably even more than that. But the whole time, Kristin was talking to herself in a mirror. The mirror, oh, these are the secrets I'm sharing. It's a secret. It's a top secret. I've never shared this with anybody. Shh. Never shared this with anybody. Don't tell anybody. Kristin had a large full-body mirror placed right behind the camera, and she would look directly past the camera lens into the mirror. And so instead of talking to the camera, she was socially engaging with herself. Okay? She was socially engaging with herself. And this was before she discovered thesis number 29, okay? And again, sometimes I'd say she for Kristin if you haven't watched some of my other videos, because sometimes I am the observational self talking about my inner life partner and my inner best friend, and sometimes I am the inner life partner, I am the inner experiencer. And so sometimes I talk about Kristin in the third person because I am not the experiencer of Kristin, I am the awareness of Kristin, nurturing attachments with the experiencer of Kristin. Okay? So, over 35 hours of edited video footage, sharing 30 original ideas, 29 thesis statements and analyses, and one theory. So over 30 original ideas, diving into great depths, totaling over 35 hours of finally edited. Obviously, a lot more was recorded than what was just included in the final edits. And so maybe roughly 50 hours or so, if not more. Over 50 hours-ish, estimating. That Kristin was discussing her implicit revelations case study while directly connecting with herself in a mirror. And then, it gets better. That's not the end of my secrets. You thought that was the only secret? I have more secrets. Yes, I have more secrets. Okay, so that wasn't enough. Then, Kristin didn't just record the videos and share them. No. Kristin sat at her desk and had her video monitor in front of her and two super large mirrors on either side. Okay? Video monitor directly in front of her where she's watching the video playbacks, and two large mirrors on either side of her while she sits at her desk. And Kristin watched all of the videos as she edited them 2 to 5 times, if not more. 2 to 5 times, if not more. Altogether totaling over 100 hours where she was socially engaging with herself while editing these videos. Okay? So, over 35 hours of final video edits, including the other footage and all the bonus features and stuff, probably over 50 hours of recording time where she's socially engaging with herself in a mirror. And then over 100 hours as she was socially engaging with herself while watching the videos and having mirrors off to the side. And there was a whole bunch of tricks used during that process. And so one of them, without going into too much depth, because I have a lot I want to share, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. But one of the tricks was she was the observer of herself, growing attachments with the experiencer of herself who recorded the video, while observing herself observe herself. One of my favorite quotes that I say to myself all the time is, the awareness of my awareness has awareness of its awareness. And so I was witnessing myself. Okay, so from the peripheral visions, and sometimes when I glance at them in the mirrors, I was witnessing myself, witness myself, witness myself. And I was socially engaging with myself. I wasn't editing videos to get a video done. I was editing these videos to witness myself, witnessing myself, and socially engage with myself. And so, without going into too much detail, I used dozens, if not hundreds, of tricks during these processes, and gradually developed them as the journey unfolded. But there were so many different tricks used where Kristin was focusing on socially engaging with herself while creating these videos. So over 100 hours of social self-engagement while creating the known documentary series. Okay. And then in addition, there were daily mirror practices ranging from 3 to 8 hours a day. Some in the morning, some in the evening, and then some during the afternoons. And sometimes it was 5 hours straight. Like, I'm not even kidding you. 5 hours straight social self-engagement while nurturing internal attachments with distinction and connection between self aspects, for 5 hours straight without breaks in mirrors. And so that was over 1,500 hours. Okay. So it's 200 plus hours social self-engagement in relation to recording, editing, and creating the videos, sharing the Implicit Revelations case study, and over 1,500 hours in mirrors, just emphasizing nurturing internal attachments, distinction and connection between self aspects. And then there was another really miraculous way that Kristin applied thesis number 29 before she discovered it. Kristin would watch, this is one of the coolest ones. And again, I literally have hundreds of practices that apply thesis number 29 in so many different amazing ways. And so one of the other really cool ones is that Kristin would have video recordings of herself on her phone, okay? And while she's editing these videos, she would make sure the videos were on the computer before deleting them from the phone. And so she'd watch them both simultaneously. Just to make sure that the content was there before deleting it. And in that journey, she discovered a brand new trick, and she experimented with this and developed it over many, many months before perfecting it. But long story short, without giving away too many of my secrets, she would watch herself on the computer screen with 2 mirrors on either side while listening to the same video that she's watching on the computer screen on her phone. So the sound is coming from 2 places. Visually, she's only watching it on her screen while witnessing herself witness herself in the 2 mirrors on the side. And then the audio was coming from the phone in her hand and the video screen in front of her, okay? And she would move the phone. She applied extensions of her personal dimensions theory, which she mentioned in her case study. The final personal dimensions theory only focuses on visual eyesight, but there were other ideas where similar concept applied for auditory processing, and she used those ideas in this trick. And so she would move the phone that had the second audio playback from this video of her talking. She would move the phone in a very specific pattern around all different sides of her head, all different directions and distances of visual or auditory processing, sorry. And so she's watching a video of her speaking on her computer screen with 2 mirrors on either side where she's witnessing herself witness herself, and simultaneously she's holding a phone that's playing the same video, so the audio is coming from two spaces, and so one audio is coming from in front of her, but then the second audio is moving around. And during that, she would experience what I call clickety-clacks, which connects with another one of my thesis statements about when you experience rapid eye blinking and yawning, it's a clue about neural connectivity expanding and simultaneously regulating the autonomic nervous system. Okay, so in this trek, she would move her phone around and she was creating new self-associations because Kristin couldn't recognize the sound of her own voice a year and a half ago. Kristin couldn't recognize herself in a mirror a year and a half ago. And so this journey helped Kristin create new self-associations. So now I recognize the sound of my own voice and I recognize the face I see in the mirror. And not only that, but inner child self aspects can see the adult that grew up, the adult that they grew up to be, and the adult who is here now to care for them. Okay, and so one of the other little secrets I have is that on the journey of making known documentary series sharing the Implicit Revelations case study, Kristin would witness videos of herself speaking on a computer screen with two mirrors on either side, and the same video would be playing on her phone where she originally recorded it, and she would move the sound around in all different spaces and distances and depths, and in that process experience clickety-clacks, rapid eye blinking, and yawning. And so this process of witnessing herself witness herself, where mirrors are helping her see the her that was in the moment, and the video screen and the sound from the phone were helping her see the her that was expressing herself, not in the moment, but recently and in expressions of the authentic now. And that experience was helping her create new associations with herself and transforming neural content, transforming neural connectivity, and nurturing internal attachment systems at the same time, was improving brain-body regulation. And she would actually get better sleep after this stuff because neural connectivity was expanding and the body was like, oh my God, we're healing and stuff. This is so cool. Yes. Gonna sleep for 1,000,000 years and process all this integration. And so the journey of creating known, the journey of expressing 30 original ideas in depth that totals over 35 hours of edited video content and 109-page summary of the text highlights, which you can also freely find at KristinWindsor.com/gifts and also KristinWindsor.com/known. But the journey of that was really just the journey of discovering thesis number 29 and how powerful it is. A year and a half ago, Kristin was just starting to make new conscious explicit memories again. Kristin could not remember her entire life. And Kristin was in the neurodevelopmental stages of teenagehood. And now, which you'll find out if you watch the other aspects of thesis number 29, especially the first few videos, I can remember my whole life. I'm neurodevelopmentally an adult. But it was beautiful to neurodevelopmentally be a child while the body was an adult also. I can remember my whole life, and I can recognize the sound of my voice, and I can recognize myself in a mirror. And that happened because the journey of creating the Known documentary series, the journey of expressing the Implicit Revelations case study, the journey of recording all these videos and writing out all my ideas and editing all these videos, over 150 hours of recording and editing, creating these videos. And in addition, so many other applications of thesis number 29. Over 1,500 hours in marathons, just nurturing internal attachments without creating any content. And aside from all the mirror practices, there are dozens, if not hundreds, of ways to apply thesis number 29 without mirrors. So I use those all day, every day. When I wake up, when I shower, when I wash my hands, when I eat food, when I'm walking, when I'm driving, when I'm putting on a sweatshirt. These ideas are constantly being applied. And it led to the most astounding liberation. And so I just wanted to share this for a whole bunch of reasons that I'm going to let you guess. I'm going to let you guess why I'm sharing this. One is just to share how powerful it is and how powerful the healing journey is when we allow it to be. And the other is to really demonstrate the impact of thesis number 29. Because it's not just thesis number 29. It's not just thesis number 29. It's the most radically revolutionary, wondrously, infinitely, divinely, miraculous, cosmic, glorious, wondrous miracle of a lifetime is what it is. It's a way to achieve impossible healing feats in the easiest and simplest ways while having fun. It's a way to take the greatest depths of darkness and turn them into the highest beams of light. It's a way to transform the untransformable. It's a way to recover from the impossible. It's a way to reconstruct the brain and the body, to liberate consciousness in the most profound way imaginable. It's a way to become more of all of you while having fun. It's not just thesis number 29. It's the miracle of a lifetime. It's not just thesis number 29. It's the miracle of a lifetime. Thesis number 29 helped dozens of age-regressive states of consciousness progress through their neurodevelopment. Thesis number 29 helped break down amnesic barriers between over 30 independent states of consciousness. Thesis number 29 helped transmute hundreds of trillions of disintegrated neural pathways of implicit memories carrying horrific traumatic stress. Thesis number 29 is how I regained the ability to create new memories in relation to a sense of self. Thesis number 29 is how I can now sleep for 8 to 10 hours every night in the deepest sleep possible for the very first time in my life. My little Kristin started struggling with insomnia when she was like 8-9 years old. This is the very first time I've gotten real sleep in my whole life. Thesis number 29 is how Kristin transformed all of her battles. Like, there's a whole big list. I don't know if you guys have seen. It's a few places. In some of the older video captions, Kristin shares a little biography. And towards the top of the known documentary series page, Kristin lists out all the different health challenges she conquered. Thesis number 29 is how she healed all of those. I'm in the garment real quick. Just to give a little taste into what I'm talking about in case you haven't seen it. Thesis number 29 is how Kristin 100% resolved chronic battles with anxiety, panic attacks, phobias, traumatic stress, flashbacks, depression, suicidality, substance addiction and dependency, bipolar disorder, dysregulation throughout all nervous systems, complex division of memories, fragmentation of self, severe amnesia, multiple types of amnesia too. Multiple types of amnesia. Oxygen deprivation, self-harm, insomnia, night terrors, obsessive compulsions, over 40 types of severe dissociation that Kristin had personally identified, which you can find out more about in the Implicit Revelations gift package. mind-body disconnectivity, inabilities for self-recognition, selective mutism, aphasia, body dysmorphia, psychosis, disrupted attachment development, malnutrition, eating disorders, severe body tics and tremors, and mini-stroke and seizure-styled experiences. Kristin was struggling with all of those on a 24/7 type basis. Every day, all day. Just constant battle after battle after battle, and when one battle was paused, there was like 500 other ones popping up. Just 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And thesis number 29 was the core foundation of how all of that was transformed. None of those are a problem, and they never will be ever again. Primarily because of thesis number 29. That's how powerful this is. That's how powerful this is. It's not just thesis number 29. It's how I recovered memories from my entire life. And I can look back and actually remember fond experiences from childhood. When 2 years ago, I was neurodevelopmentally a child, but I couldn't remember my childhood. Thesis number 29 isn't just thesis number 29. It's the game changer of a lifetime. It's the most transformatively magical journey of anything. It's not just thesis number 29. It's a way to become so profoundly intimate with yourself. It's a way to bridge disconnectivity. It's a way to get in touch with your ability to experience pleasure. From the satisfaction of sleeping and eating food, even to sexual intimacy after experiencing sexual trauma. Sorry, I should have said trigger warning there. Thesis number 29 is not just thesis number 29. Thesis number 29 is the most powerful cornerstone of a truly expansive healing journey. So no matter who you are, or where you're at, or where you're wanting to go, thesis number 29 can help you get there. It can help you be more of you here now, and it can help you change anything and everything that's ever happened. Whether you want to heal the past or be more absorbed in the present or build a beautiful future, thesis number 29 can be the catalyst to achieve any and all of that. Thesis 29 rebuilds my neurobiological applications of consciousness so that I could believe in myself enough to discover thesis number 29. Thesis number 29 isn't just thesis number 29. It's the greatest adventure of loving liberation imaginable in the cosmos. So I thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to share this. Again, if you haven't looked at the other videos of thesis number 29, please check them out. And check out all the other magics. I have a lot of magics. I have a lot of magics through Kristin's Consciousness Consultancy. The Known documentary series and Implicit Revelations case study, along with a bunch of free gifts, are available freely for anyone, everyone. Enjoy them all you want, explore them, share them, do all the magics with them. KristinWindsor.com/known, KristinWindsor.com/gifts. And then there are a bunch of other offerings through Kristin's Consciousness Consultancy. One-on-one consciousness consultations, group speaking engagements, personalized self-hypnosis and affirmation sessions, a variety of healing journey programs and practices, everything from just guided meditations you might use once a week for 6 months or something, all the way to healing journey programs that can last up to 10 years to completely change your life and transform your entire unconscious body mind from the inside out. There's a lot of magics. And the Implicit Revelations gift package, sharing the best of my case study work, and compassionately evolved consciousness merchandise store with over 100 original designs. And yeah, there's a lot of many mega magics. The healing into happiness, delicious magic, restoring consciousness, implicit transformation, mere play with mere power, liberated consciousness, lots of different opportunities. So please explore all the offerings through Kristin's Consciousness Consultancy. You can find out more in the video description below. And no matter who you are, where you're at, just know that the power of loving presence is more expansive than you can possibly fathom. And every moment that you practice being in loving presence with your consciousness is changing portions of your unconscious body-mind that you will never directly know about. And whether you've never struggled with an implicit health battle at all, or whether you've chronically struggled with 500 implicit battles for the past 40 years, just know that there's always hope for total transformation. Nurturing internal attachments through social self-engagement changes everything, because everything came into existence through social engagement that nurtured attachments. Again, you can explore more in the other theses videos, thesis number 29 videos. And also, if you go to my known documentary webpage and scroll all the way to the bottom where I have recent postings, there's a collage of text images that share the highlight points in really fun colored fonts and stuff. So be sure to check that out too. And yeah, thank you for sharing the healing journey with me. The best is yet to come, and we have only just begun. This healing journey invites us all. And spoiler alert, the whole time that I've been recording this, I've been socially self-engaging with myself in a mirror and in the screen on my phone. And Kristin started these practices before I can remember, literally. Before I could create memories. Before I knew that I was a me to have a my. These are the practices that got Kristin from where she was to where I am. And if you don't know about that, please watch Known Part 1. It's really epic. I promise. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being you. I will see you in another content creation or catch you through one of my offerings through Kristin's Consciousness Consultancy. And if this video helped you in any way, or if you enjoyed it, or you felt inspired, or you laughed or you cried, or you learned something new, or there was even a second of intrigue, please like the video, give it an uplifting comment, and share this video. I appreciate your support on my content. Oh, that's the other fun thing. I have a library of content from all the years of the original case study work on Patreon. Again, you can check out the video description for all the different offerings. But I invite you to explore all the different possibilities and see which ones might be of service to you. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and I will see you again soon. Namaste. The divine love and light in my consciousness sees and honors the divine love and light in your consciousness. I am sending you all of my love, and I hope you have an incredible and inspired and liberating healing journey. Blessings, beloved beings.